There used to be so many 3D fighters on the market, but nowadays, Tekken is the sole franchise holding down the fort. At least that was the case until Sega, of all developers, announced that they're not only bringing back a ton of their old franchises, but Virtua Fighter would be one of them. The first step in this revival is Virtua Fighter 5 REVO. But that begs the question, is Virtua Fighter 5 REVO worth your time? Your money? What does it indicate for the future of Virtua Fighter, and is there even space for Virtua Fighter to exist in the modern fighting game landscape? I want to get this out of the way first. If you love Virtua Fighter 5 and have been itching for a way to play it on a modern console, then REVO will scratch that itch. For $20, it's not that big of an investment. However, you're getting what you paid for. If you're not interested in playing online, there isn't much for you here. REVO is missing a lot of content from previous versions of Virtua Fighter 5. This includes modes, features, and customization. As far as I can tell, is all DLC. So if you want to play dress up, you gotta pay up. REVO certainly isn't the ultimate version of Virtua Fighter 5, but at the very least, it's serviceable. One thing that hasn't changed is the simple to pick up but hard to master gameplay Virtua Fighter is known for. It's honestly refreshing to play a game that is so straightforward with you. Punch, kick, guard. That's it. No super duper attacks, no meters, and no rock, paper, scissors cutscenes. When I heard they were bringing back Virtua Fighter, I feared that some modern fighting game design might have creeped in, but it looks like, at the very least, Virtua Fighter is safe for now. That being said, I know nothing about the intricacies and idiosyncrasies of the vast and nuanced gameplay of Virtua Fighter. I press buttons, high attacks can be ducked, mids can't, and lows are low. I picked a character I liked and jumped right into ranked. While I got my butt kicked 60% of the time, I still had a blast. It's been such a long time since I went into a fighter completely blind, I forgot how exciting a new game can really be. Then I got soft locked and had to restart the game. But I hopped right back into ranked, and after a few matches I got soft locked and had to restart again. And again. And again. I have no idea how they let this game ship with this bug, and I'm sure they're gonna fix it eventually, but man did it kill my enthusiasm. That buzzkill aside, how is the netcode in REVO? The rollback of REVO works like you'd expect it would, and most connections under 150 ms play great. Go higher than that and things get shaky. It doesn't help that the connection indicator is always vague, it always shows green, and that could mean silky smooth or stuttering mess. All they need to do is display the MS with the bars and they'd be golden. I should also note that I'm on PC, and because PC gamers have more potatoes than an Irish farmer, if your computer can't run the game and dips below 60 frames per second, the game will chug, so keep that in mind if you intend to play online. Oh, and the lack of crossplay can't be overlooked. Very disappointed at that one. One aspect of the game that is often overlooked is the user interface and user experience. That means the menus and the ease you have navigating the menus. And you know what? I have to give REVO credit for it. The UI is super clean. It takes no time to get into whatever mode you want. I find that modern fighting game menus are either overly designed or under-designed. I'd say REVO hits that sweet spot. However, my favorite aspect of REVO's UI are the live replays on the main menu. I love this feature. In my downtime, I found myself watching a couple rounds before jumping back in. Other fighters have a similar feature, but REVO's is way better because I don't have to jump into a lobby to view them. It's a small social aspect that goes a long way to keep you engaged with the game, and I hope they keep it around for Virtua Fighter 6. I can imagine an outsider to fighting games watching this review and finding all of this underwhelming, and you'd be right, but that's the point. With such a low bar of entry, tons of people are going to pick up REVO as their first Virtua Fighter. Not everyone is going to stick around, but those who do are going to bolster the Virtua Fighter player base. That'll bring in a wave of enthusiasm and new blood into the Virtua Fighter community, which a series like this needs, especially in this day and age after being dormant for such a long time. Let's not forget the role tournaments play in all of this. Now that they don't have to bust out Xbox 360s, or even worse, a Yakuza arcade minigame, it's going to be much easier to organize events, and what do events get? More eyes on the game. And what do more eyes on the game get? The series in more people's heads. And when Virtua Fighter 6 comes rolling around, more people are going to be willing to give it a shot thanks to the groundwork that's being laid with REVO. So you see, REVO doesn't need to light the world on fire. It just needs to be the ember to get that fire started.
Try again in a few years.
Virtua Fighter 5 REVO is a solid product. If we were to judge it just based off of the gameplay, then REVO is an amazing deal. As a full package, REVO falls short, but for $20, I can't be upset. A Fortnite skin is more expensive than this thing, so I find myself giving this one's flaws a pass, at least for now. On the other hand, I can understand a Virtua Fighter fan being disappointed with the lack of content, mediocre netcode, and various bugs, but at the very least, newcomers don't have to take much risk trying this one out. This game is a stepping stone on the road to revival for Virtua Fighter, and I really do hope Sega, creators of the Dreamcast, can pull it off, because there's more than enough space on the 3D fighting game stage for the granddaddy of 3D fighters to return. But only the future knows if this will start the Virtua Fighter Revolution.